This video honors legendary wrestlers we've lost in recent years, celebrating their incredible contributions to the world of wrestling. We also share heartfelt news about CM Punk that has deeply touched fans everywhere. Join us in remembering their remarkable lives and legacies. And don't forget to subscribe to keep their inspiring stories alive. Buddy Rogers, born Hermann Gustav Schubert on February 20th, 1921 in Camden, New Jersey, was more than just a professional wrestler. He was a transformative force who helped redefine what it meant to be a sports entertainer. Known famously as the Nature Boy, Rogers dazzled audiences with his signature bleach blonde hair, cocky strut, and magnetic presence that radiated from arenas coast to coast. His flamboyant persona, blending arrogance with undeniable charm, made him one of the first true showmen of wrestling. A villain fans loved to hate. Launching his career in the 1940s, Rogers quickly climbed the wrestling ladder with a combination of brute strength, technical precision, and a flair for drama that brought a new level of spectacle to the sport. In 1963, he etched his name into the annals of history by becoming the first ever WWF, now WWE, World Heavyweight Champion, lending instant credibility to the title and setting the stage for future icons to follow. His innovative promo work, boastful interviews, and psychological tactics in the ring laid the groundwork for future megastars. Rogers was also a technical marvel between the ropes, mastering the figure four leg lock and showcasing an ability to control both the pace of a match and the crowd's emotions. His influence on the industry was profound, none more so than on Ric Flair, who would adopt Rogers' Nature Boy moniker and signature style, carrying his legacy forward. Even after hanging up his boots, Rogers stayed connected to wrestling as a mentor and ringside manager, passing on his wisdom to a new generation. Sadly, in June 1992, Buddy Rogers died at the age of 71 from complications related to a stroke and congestive heart failure. His legacy, however, remains immortal in the squared circle, where charisma and confidence still echo in his name. Dino Bravo, born Adolfo Bresciano in 1948 in Montreal, Quebec, was a larger-than-life figure in the world of professional wrestling, both literally and figuratively. Towering with a muscular frame and unparalleled strength, he quickly earned the nickname the Canadian Strongman for his powerful performances and ability to bench press staggering weights. His wrestling journey began in the 1970s with the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, where he gained attention for his technical skill and commanding ring presence. Eventually, he transitioned to the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he embraced a heel persona, an arrogant, smug nationalist who proudly flaunted his Canadian heritage while belittling his American opponents. Bravo's most celebrated achievement came in 1986 when he won the WWF World Tag Team Championship alongside Greg the Hammer Valentine. Together, they formed a menacing duo, using brute force and underhanded tactics to dominate their rivals. However, despite his popularity and success in the ring, Bravo's life outside the spotlight was far more troubled. Following his retirement from wrestling in the early 1990s, Bravo became entangled in criminal activities, reportedly working with the Montreal Mafia. He was allegedly involved in illegal cigarette smuggling and narcotics distribution, a dangerous world that would eventually lead to his tragic end. On March 10, 1993, Bravo was found murdered in his Laval, Quebec home, shot 17 times in what authorities believed was a gang-related execution. The nature of the killing, 7 bullets to the head and 10 to the torso, suggested a highly organized and deliberate hit. Despite various theories, no one was ever officially charged, and the case remains unsolved. Dino Bravo's legacy is marked by his influence on wrestling, and the grim reminder of how life after the ring can spiral into darkness. His story is both a tribute and a cautionary tale. The Iron Sheik, born Hossein Khosrow Ali Vaziri on March 15, 1942, in Tehran, Iran, was an iconic figure in professional wrestling, celebrated for his flamboyant persona and significant contributions to the sport. His character, portrayed as an over-the-top Iranian villain, captured the imaginations of fans, particularly during the 1980s, when wrestling was reaching new heights in popularity. Before his wrestling career, the Iron Sheik was an accomplished athlete, excelling in amateur wrestling and representing Iran in the 1968 Olympics. He made the transition to professional wrestling in the early 1970s, quickly earning a reputation for his technical skills and larger-than-life character. The Sheik's persona, marked by his unique attire and unmistakable accent, became a cultural touchstone, making him one of the most memorable heels in wrestling history. His most significant achievement came in 1983 when he claimed the WWF World Heavyweight Championship by defeating Bob Backlund in a stunning upset. This victory cemented his status as a top-tier villain, leading to legendary rivalries with wrestling icons like Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter. The Sheik's matches were characterized by drama and charisma, showcasing his ability to enthrall audiences with both his athletic prowess and entertaining antics. Following his retirement, the Iron Sheik remained a beloved figure in popular culture, making appearances on various talk shows and social media, where his colorful personality and candid humor continued to delight fans. The Iron Sheik, leaving behind a rich legacy that transcended the wrestling ring. He is remembered not only for his in-ring accomplishments, but also for his lasting impact on entertainment, ensuring that his unforgettable persona will continue to resonate with fans around the world. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, born on February 8, 1955, was a Canadian-American professional wrestler best known for his powerhouse style, booming personality, and iconic role in the legendary Hart Foundation. Making his World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, debut in the early 1980s, Neidhart quickly rose to prominence with his rugged in-ring style, signature goatee, and hard-hitting presence. His pairing with his brother-in-law, Bret Hitman Hart, formed one of the most celebrated tag teams in wrestling history. As the Hart Foundation, the duo won multiple WWF Tag Team Championships and helped usher in a golden era of tag team wrestling with their perfect contrast of Bret's technical precision and Neidhart's brute strength. Neidhart's blend of raw power and surprising agility made him a standout performer and a fan favorite. However, like many wrestlers of his generation, he endured intense physical wear and tear throughout his career. Years of competing in grueling matches led to chronic injuries, particularly to his back and knees. Outside the ring, Neidhart faced personal challenges, including battles with substance abuse, which at times overshadowed his professional achievements. Despite these struggles, Neidhart remained a beloved figure in the wrestling world. Even after his departure from WWF, he continued to make appearances in various wrestling promotions and maintained a presence in the industry, often supporting his daughter, WWE superstar Natalya, as she carried on the family legacy. On August 13, 2018, tragedy struck when Neidhart, according to medical reports, he died after suffering a severe head injury from a fall at his home in Florida. The fall caused a fatal brain hemorrhage. His shocked the wrestling community and fans worldwide. Today, Neidhart is remembered not only for his achievements in the ring, but also for his enduring influence on tag team wrestling and his larger-than-life personality. Harold Fitzgerald Hogue, known to wrestling fans as Ice Train and M.I. Smooth. Born on November 13, 1965, Hogue made a significant mark in the world of professional wrestling, particularly during his time with World Championship Wrestling, WCW, in the early 1990s. Hogue made his WCW debut on July 7, 1993, under the ring name Ice Train, quickly establishing himself with an impressive victory in a handicap match on the show worldwide. His first major pay-per-view appearance came at the inaugural Fall Brawl event, where he showcased his skills by defeating Shanghai Pierce. Ice Train soon teamed up with notable wrestlers, the Shockmaster and Charlie Norris, achieving notable victories, including a significant win against Harlem Heat and the Equalizer at Halloween Havoc. Hogue's momentum was interrupted when his undefeated streak came to an end after a loss to Ron Simmons at Clash of the Champions on January 27, 1994. Despite this setback, his time in WCW showcased his powerful physique and dedication to the sport. After his tenure with WCW, Hogue continued to wrestle on the independent circuit, further solidifying his legacy. Ice Train's impact on wrestling and the memories he created during his career will be cherished by fans. His larger-than-life persona and contributions to the ring have left an indelible mark on the sport. Hogue's journey may have ended, but his legacy lives on through the fans and fellow wrestlers who remember his performances. Ernie, the Big Cat Ladd, born on November 28, 1938, in the small town of Orange, Louisiana, was a towering figure both on the football field and in the wrestling ring, known for his size, agility, and larger-than-life persona. Before transitioning into the world of professional wrestling, Ladd made a name for himself in college football at Grambling State University, where his impressive skills earned him a spot in the American Football League, AFL. Playing for the San Diego Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs, Ladd became an unstoppable force on the gridiron, known for his formidable presence and ability to dominate opponents. In the late 1960s, Ladd's athleticism and charisma caught the eye of the wrestling world, and he quickly rose to prominence in the squared circle. With his 6 feet 9 inches frame and unmatched athleticism, he became one of the industry's most feared and compelling heels. His in-ring feuds with iconic wrestlers like Bruno Sammartino, Bobo Brazil, and Dusty Rhodes became legendary, with Ladd often using his character to reflect the social issues of the time, particularly around race. He used his platform to challenge and confront the racial tensions of the era, becoming a powerful voice for African American wrestlers and the African American community in general. Ladd's accomplishments in wrestling were numerous, including multiple championships such as the NWA World Tag Team Championship and the Mid-South Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. His wrestling legacy was cemented with his induction into the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2004. After retiring from wrestling, Ladd transitioned into a career as a commentator and promoter, leaving his mark on the industry long after stepping away from the ring. He also briefly pursued acting, appearing in television shows and films. Ladd's life came to a sad end on March 10, 2007, due to complications from colon cancer, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire athletes and wrestlers alike. CM Punk, born Philip Jack Brooks on October 26, 1978, is a name synonymous with defiance, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. Over the course of his career in professional wrestling, Punk has established himself as one of the most talented and influential figures in the industry. From his early days in the independent circuit to his time in WWE and AEW, CM Punk's journey has been shaped by both his incredible success and the physical toll of professional wrestling. His legacy, however, is not just built on championships and memorable matches. It is also defined by his battles with injuries and his ability to overcome them time and time again. This article takes an in-depth look at CM Punk's injury history, providing a comprehensive account of his physical challenges, confirmed health issues, and the rumors that have surrounded his career. Early career and the physical toll. Before CM Punk was a WWE champion or a UFC fighter, he was an up-and-coming star in the world of independent wrestling. Punk's career began in the late 1990s, where he competed in various promotions such as Ring of Honor, ROH, IWA Mid-South, and Combat Zone Wrestling, CZW. These early years saw Punk hone his craft in a gritty, hardcore environment where high-risk maneuvers and brutal encounters were common. This style of wrestling left its mark on Punk's body, often resulting in lingering injuries that would follow him throughout his career. Punk's independent career was known for its intensity and his ability to execute complex technical moves, all while maintaining a high-energy style. But this also came at a cost. The physical toll of wrestling in hardcore promotions, which often involved matches, ladder spots, and extreme bumps, left Punk with aches and pains that he would carry into his WWE tenure. During his time on the independent circuit, he rarely took extended breaks to recover from injuries, pushing through the pain in order to stay relevant and continue making a name for himself. This dedication to his craft would lay the groundwork for the injuries that would follow in his higher-profile years. CM Punk's WWE injury struggles. After making a name for himself in the Indies, Punk's big break came in 2005 when he signed with WWE. He quickly gained a reputation for his unique blend of technical wrestling, high-flying moves, and his distinct personality, marked by his straight-edge lifestyle and outspoken nature. As his star grew in WWE, so did the physical strain on his body. Punk's time in WWE was filled with both incredible success and debilitating injuries, many of which would shape the trajectory of his career. Knee and elbow issues. One of the earliest and most consistent physical struggles that Punk faced was with his knees and elbows. Professional wrestling, with its high-impact nature and frequent bumps, often takes a toll on the body's joints. For Punk, this manifested in recurring knee strains, inflammation, and elbow issues, which frequently required medical attention. Despite these setbacks, Punk's commitment to his craft meant that he rarely took time off to recover. Instead, he continued to wrestle through the pain, often pushing himself beyond what many would consider reasonable. In 2012, one of Punk's most notable injuries occurred when he suffered significant knee problems. During a period when he was in the midst of his historic 434-day WWE Championship reign, Punk required knee surgery. The timing of the injury was critical, as he was at the peak of his career and preparing for major storylines. However, Punk's determination to remain on top led him to return to the ring sooner than recommended. This decision, which many speculate was made out of a desire to maintain his spot in the company, ultimately led to a longer recovery process and further damage to his body. Though Punk was known for his resilience, he later admitted that he may have rushed his recovery, which contributed to ongoing issues. The staph infection controversy. Perhaps the most infamous health issue of CM Punk's WWE career was his battle with a staph infection, which became a major point of contention after he left the company in 2014. Punk has publicly stated that he suffered from an undiagnosed staph infection, which was ignored by WWE's medical team. According to Punk, he dealt with the infection for several months while continuing to wrestle. The infection caused significant discomfort, fatigue, and physical pain. Yet Punk alleges that WWE's medical staff failed to properly diagnose or treat the condition. Punk later revealed in multiple interviews, including his infamous podcast appearance on The Art of Wrestling with Colt Cabana, that WWE's medical staff had either dismissed his concerns or provided ineffective treatment. According to Punk, the company's negligence led to a situation where he was forced to continue performing, while being severely ill. It wasn't until he sought treatment from an independent doctor that the full extent of the infection was revealed. This situation sparked a legal battle between Punk and WWE's physician, Dr. Chris Amann. Ultimately, Punk won the lawsuit, but the entire ordeal left a lasting stain on his relationship with WWE, as well as with some fans who questioned the company's handling of health issues. The staph infection not only affected Punk physically, but it also became a focal point of his departure from WWE. His trust in the company's medical team had been shattered, and the prolonged period of misdiagnosis led him to walk away from professional wrestling for a time. Injuries, post-WWE, MMA and AEW setbacks, Punk's MMA experiment, and UFC setbacks. After leaving WWE in 2014, CM Punk shifted his focus to mixed martial arts, MMA. Punk's decision to enter the UFC was met with a combination of excitement and skepticism, as many questioned his ability to transition from professional wrestling to real combat sports. However, Punk was undeterred, training diligently and preparing for his debut in the UFC. Unfortunately, his MMA career was short-lived, as he suffered 2 brutal losses in the octagon, both to relatively unknown fighters. While these fights didn't result in career-threatening injuries, they did leave Punk with significant bruising, muscle fatigue, and mental exhaustion. Despite the physical setbacks, Punk did not sustain any major injuries that would derail his career permanently. However, the mental and emotional toll of transitioning to MMA, coupled with the physical strain of intense training, likely contributed to Punk's eventual decision to return to professional wrestling, albeit with a different mindset and in a new promotion. Broken foot injury in AEW. Punk's return to professional wrestling came in 2021 when he made a triumphant return to the ring with All Elite Wrestling, AEW. His return was met with overwhelming support from fans, who were excited to see the best in the world back in action. However, Punk's return to the ring wasn't without its challenges. In 2022, shortly after capturing the AEW World Championship, Punk suffered a serious injury, a broken foot. The injury forced him to relinquish the title and undergo surgery, leading to an extended recovery period. This was a major setback for Punk, who had been eagerly anticipating his reign as AEW World Champion. Despite undergoing surgery and a rigorous rehabilitation process, Punk's in-ring style appeared slightly affected after his return. Fans noticed that he seemed to adjust his movement, likely to compensate for the broken foot. While this injury was serious, it was not career-ending, and Punk continued to demonstrate his resilience by returning to action later in the year. Triceps tear at the 2024 Royal Rumble. The most significant injury of CM Punk's post-WWE career occurred at the 2024 Royal Rumble, when he suffered a torn triceps during a highly anticipated match. The triceps tear was a devastating blow to Punk's comeback, as it required immediate surgery and put him on the sidelines for an extended period. A torn triceps is a serious injury for any wrestler, as it severely limits arm mobility and strength, both of which are essential for performing in-ring maneuvers. As of the latest updates, Punk has been focused on rehabilitation, and his determination to return to the ring remains strong. However, the timeline for his recovery is still uncertain, and fans are left wondering when or if Punk will be able to make his long-awaited return to action. Separating rumors from reality. Throughout his career, CM Punk has been the subject of numerous rumors regarding his health. Some of these rumors have been based in fact, while others have been exaggerated or fabricated by the media and fans alike. False rumor: Punk's career is over. One of the most persistent rumors surrounding Punk's injuries, especially following his triceps tear in 2024, is the claim that his career is over. While the injury is certainly severe, there has been no official confirmation from Punk or AEW that he intends to retire. In fact, given Punk's history of overcoming physical obstacles, it is likely that he will attempt to return to the ring once he is fully healed. His resilience and passion for wrestling are well documented, and it's unlikely that he would walk away from the business without a fight. False rumor: Punk suffers from chronic illness. Another rumor that has circulated over the years is the idea that Punk suffers from a chronic illness that affects his ability to wrestle. While Punk has been open about experiencing mental and physical exhaustion during his WWE tenure, there is no verified medical condition that has prevented him from wrestling. Speculation regarding his health has been fueled by his occasional absences from the ring, but there is no evidence to suggest that he suffers from a chronic illness that would end his career prematurely. Conclusion: CM Punk's enduring legacy. CM Punk's career has been defined not only by his rebellious attitude, in-ring prowess, and iconic moments, but also by his ability to persevere through a litany of physical challenges. From wrestling with a staph infection to recovering from multiple surgeries, Punk has shown an extraordinary level of resilience throughout his career. Injuries have undoubtedly slowed him down at times, but they have never stopped him completely. Whether he returns to AEW following his triceps tear or decides to take another step back, one thing remains certain: CM Punk has left an indelible mark on the wrestling industry. Fans eagerly await updates on his recovery, but even if his time in the ring is limited, CM Punk's legacy will endure. He is a wrestler who never backed down from a fight, whether it was against an opponent or his own body. Through every injury and every setback, Punk has proven that he is more than just a wrestler. He is a symbol of determination, resilience, and the enduring spirit of professional wrestling.